Hey, good evening, Saturday night here in Pacific. Good evening to everybody. And also, if you're watching us in the Philippines, it is Sunday at 1 p.m. Magandang gabi. Oh, tanghali sa inyo lang. You have to excuse me. I'm kind of dazed because as you could imagine, Kuya Josh was gone for 3 weeks. So I apologize kung nagre-replay po ako. And that's very unusual. Simply because medyo I took some sabbatical. I went to Europe and I'll share that with you in the coming weeks. Ang dami ko pong materials that I'll share with you. Tips on your trips in the future in Europe. I was all over Europe. I was in Northern Europe as well as the Southern Europe. So that was 3 weeks. So it is so tough to get back simply because of the time difference. But nevertheless, I miss you, all of you as well. So good evening again to everybody. I'm glad to be back. Naku, si CM. Rosana Milar Barrera. Hello, Rosana. I missed you. I know you've been all over the Philippines as well and doing some shows. And I know you're back in Qatar, Doha, Qatar. So welcome. And then CM, sino to? Proc Shanes? CM, happy viewing to you. Please let us know. Give us a shout out kung saan ka nanonood. So anyways, I really missed you. So if you're watching us in different parts of the world, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Also, we are live on PHLV Radio Facebook page as well as simultaneously live on PHLV Radio YouTube channel. So if you are not a subscriber yet, please do subscribe by liking, sharing, and subscribe. All you have to do is click subscribe, and if you want to be notified every time we're on, just click on the notification bell so you will be notified every time we are on or any of the shows of PHLB Radio. At ang mga shows po namin ay not to be missed. Not only my 2 shows, but all the shows of PHLB Radio. Simultaneously, we're live on different podcasts, namely Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. And if you have Alexa Fire TV, all you have to do is, if you have Alexa Alexa equipment, all you have to do is say, play Alexa, play PHLB Radio. And if you have Amazon Fire TV, just look for PHLB Radio channel. And voila, you could see us and watch us. Naku, ang ganda po ng ating show for today or for tonight. Naku, ito ay dapat talaga ibahagi sa inyo. Ang title po natin ay Nang-Agaw, Natalo, Buti nga. Ito po ay magandang storya. So, hopefully makahabol. If not, mabigyan ko kayo ng little synopsis later. So, umpisa na natin. So, ang title po again for tonight's show would be Nang-Agaw, Natalo, Buti nga. At ito ay 3 characters po. Si Belen, who is our letter sender. Si Cynthia, ang babaeng ng agaw, at si Chris, ang pinag-aagawan o ninakaw ni Cynthia kay Belen. Here we go! Dear Kuya Josh, nako, na-miss ka namin Parang nawala ka sa ere for a while, panay-replay ka yata. Itago niyo lang po ako sa pangalang Belen. Kuya Josh, gusto ko sana i-share ang aking story. But before that, maraming salamat for having a show like yours at more power to PHLB and your 2 shows. Isa po akong paminsan-minsan member ng Team Replay at panakanakang nagwa-watch sa inyo pero sa background lang. Dahil nahihiya ako pero tuwang-tuwa ako at ako ay part ng Team Replay ninyo. At the same time, isang masugid na fan ng shows mo. Kuya Josh, tuwang-tuwa ako sa show mong, lalo na ang Dear Kuya Josh. Marami ako napupulutang aral at pwede kong i-apply sa aking buhay. Minsan talaga totoo nakakatuwa, minsan nakakainis, at minsan talaga ay kapanapanabik ang mga episodes mo. Hindi ko alam, Kuya Josh, na one of these days pala ako ay susulat din sa'yo. Magpapaalam lang ako kung pwedeng i-share ko ba itong aking letter sa iyo dahil hopefully kapulutan din ng aral ng iyong mga manonood at tagapakinig. Kuya Josh, itago mo ako sa pangalang Belen. Ako ay 25 years old, tapos na sa pag-aaral ng kolehiyo at nagtatrabaho na sa isang ospital. Hindi po ako nurse, pero ako po ay sa back office. Okay? Ang another person po sa aking letter ay si Cynthia, na 25 years old din po at partly siya ng magandang estado sa buhay o may kayamanan. Si Chris po ang aking boyfriend for not so long time ago, pero may mga dahilan po kung bakit nakipaghiwalay ako. Simulaan ko po ang storya ko sa a little background about me para mas maunawaan ng inyong tagapakinig at tagapanood. Ako po ay galing sa payak na pamumuhay. Hindi po kami mahirap, hindi rin po kami mayaman. Kumbaga sa totoo lang po ay sakto lang. Kuya Josh, wala naman po akong problema sa buhay. Masaya po ako po ay solong anak. Mahal po ako ng aking mga magulang at sa kanilang pagsisikap ay nakapagtapos po ako ng kolehiyo ng management at marketing. Nagtatrabaho po ako ngayon sa isang hospital dito po sa Quezon City. Masaya po ako sa aking trabaho. Sa buhay pag-ibig naman po, nakilala ko po si Chris na aming kapitbahay. Si Chris po ay matangkad, guwapo, moreno, at talaga pong napakabait. Siya po ay 23 years old, ako naman po ay 25 years old. Nililigawan po ako ni Chris at meron po kaming mutual understanding. Hindi naman po lantad na kami po ay mag-on, pero meron po kaming tinatawag na MU or mutual understanding. Minsan po, nakipagkaibigan sa akin si Cynthia. Siya po ay 25 years old, dito rin po sa aming lugar at galing po sa mayamang pamilya. Tulad ko, si Cynthia po ay solong anak din po. At sa kanyang pakikipagkaibigan sa akin, nakipagkaibigan po ako dahil mabait naman po siya. Yung hindi ko po alam ay iba pala po ang kanyang pakay. Nakilala niyo po o pinakilala ko po si Chris sa kanya bilang nobyo ko or boyfriend. Hindi ko po alam, ginagapang na pala po niya si Chris. Ibig sabihin po, ay inaahas po niya sa akin si Chris. Dahil nga naman po, may kaya sila sa buhay, excuse me, at meron po siyang kotse, mukha pong nasilaw ang aking boyfriend na si Chris. Marami po siyang bagay na inoffer kay Chris. Inoffer po ni Cynthia ang motor at allowance dahil po si Chris ay isa pa rin pong estudyante. Kuya Josh, hindi ko po kayang tapatan ang mga pwedeng ibigay at binibigay ni Cynthia. Ang alam ko pong kaya kong ibigay ay ang tapat na pagmamahal ko para kay Chris. Si Cynthia naman po ay mga material na bagay na talagang gustong-gusto ni Chris, tulad po ng motor or motorsiklo na ipinangako sa kanya. Sumdut hatid po dahil napakaselosa raw po ni Cynthia. Yun po ang kinocomplain sa akin ni Chris na ngayon po ay naging kaibigan ko na rin. Sa totoo lang po, nung una po nila akong niloko, sobrang sakit po, Kuya Josh. Halos ikaiyak ko at minsan lang po talaga akong humagulgol sa talang buhay ko dahil napakasakit po na nangyari sa amin ni Chris. Hindi ko po alam kung paano, basta ang alam ko po ay inagaw po sa akin ni Cynthia ang aking boyfriend na si Chris. Matagal na panahon po ang lumipas bago ko napatawad sila, lalo na po si Chris. Matagal na rin po akong nag-move on. Si Cynthia po ay kumandidato or tumakbo ng bilang kabataan barangay captain. Hindi po ako magsisinungaling, Kuya Josh, na nanalangin po ako na sana matalo siya. Para kahit papano, ay makaganti ako. Ito pong nakarang eleksyon, ikinatuwa ko po dahil sad-sad po ang pagkatalo ni Cynthia. Natalo po siya at wala po ako talagang ginawa para matalo siya. Nung una po gusto ko talagang siraan siya at ipagkalat ang pangaagaw niya sa akin kay Chris. Ngunit hindi ko po ito ginawa dahil hindi po maitatama ng another na pagkakamali ang another na pagkakamali. So, pinabayaan ko lang po sa kanyang kandidatura, hindi po ako nakailam. Isa lang po ang masasabi ko, Kuya Jush, kinampanya ko po yung kalaban. May impluensya po ako kahit papano dito sa lugar namin at tuwing po tatanungin ako kung sino po ang aking iboboto, ang sinasabi ko po ay hindi ko po susuportahan si Cynthia, bagkos susuportahan ko po yung kalaban. Hindi ko po binigay kung bakit, ano at ang dahilan kung bakit hindi ko ikinakampanya si Cynthia sa aking mga kaibigan at kakilala. Kagaya po ng sinabi ko, natalo po si Cynthia. Sad-sad siya ng pagkatalo, Kuya Jush. Masakit man aminin, pero tuwang-tuwa ako sa kanyang pagkatalo. Hindi ko po pinagsasabi, pero buti nga sa kanya na natalo siya. Dahil masama ugali niya, mang-agaw siya. Iniisip ko pa lang po na magsama sila dahil po sa kanilang ginawa. Kaya po ako sumulat sa iyo, Kuya Jush. Gusto ko pong malaman kung tama ba po ang magdiwang sa pagkapahiya o pagkatalo ni Cynthia. Ito po pa ay karma para sa kanya, sa kanyang ginawa na pang-aagaw sa aking si Chris. Ito rin po ay hudyat na tama po na nangyari ito dahil isa pong material boy o mukhang pera itong si Chris na kayang silawin ng kinang ng salapi. Hindi ko po alam kung dapat ako'y magdiwang. Hindi ko po alam kung ito ay karma sa kanila. Ngunit ang saya-saya ko po, Kuya Jush. Galak na galak ako sa sobrang saya na sadsad ang pagkatalo ni Cynthia at si Chris naman po ay nagdadalawang isip dahil nasasakal na po daw siya sa sobrang higpit ni Cynthia. Masyado po siyang selosa dahil sa kanyang labis na pagmamahal kay Chris. Kaya po ako sumulat sa inyo, gusto ko pong malaman, Kuya Jush, ang inyong opinyon. Gusto pong malaman kung anong masasabi niyo po. Tama ba po na ako'y magdiwang at magsaya sa pagka-fail ng election result na nangyari kay Cynthia? Dapat po akong magsaya na nawala na sa akin si Chris? Ngayon po, si Cynthia ay bumabalik. Nagsorry po sa akin sa kanyang nagawa sa akin sa pang-aagaw niya. Gusto raw po niya uling maging magkaibigan kami. Hindi ko po alam kung tatanggapin ko ang pagkakaibigan sa kanya dahil po natatakot ako sa kanyang ugali, natatakot ako sa ginawa niyang pang-aagaw sa akin. Inagaw na po niya si Chris sa akin. Ang tanong ko po lagi sa sarili ko, ano pa ang pwede niyang agawin sa akin sa tamang panahon o sa takdang panahon? Kaya po ako sumulat. Sana po mabigyan ako ng liwanag, advice, or comments ninyo, ng inyong viewers at inyong mga listeners. Ang lagi pong sumusubaybay sa iyong show, Belen. Nako, napakagandang storya. Pero bago magsimula itong mga agaw na to, ewan ko ba? Sabi ni Jemu is watching. Si Jemu po, like what I said in the past, Jemu is the owner of Jem's Kitchenette. So, nako, one of these days, i-feature natin ang mga masasarap na mga niluluto at binibake ni Jemu na napaka-mahiyain being ang his owner. Si Rosana naman, sabi niya, wow, title pa lang, ha 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 ha. Nakakatawa, di ba, Rosana? Hi, Team Qatar, Catherine Pobleta. Oh, si Katrina Pobleta. Salum, yon. Si Ems Dance, happy viewing. Si Tony Pilapil is watching. Si Tony Pilapil po ang gumugupit ng aking buhok at minemaintain. Siya po ang kasama ko kanina. Sabi ni Tony, okay, muna, ulitin natin bago natin basahin. So, sa lahat ng umahabol, happy viewing sa inyo. Aba, si Carmi Santos Ong is watching from Quezon City. Si Jay Rivera, hello Jay! Hello po, sabi niya, Kuya Jush and Kuya Johan, watching from Laughlin. God bless. Okay, summarize natin. Tatlong character tayo ngayon. Si Belen, ang ating letter sender, si Cynthia, ang mga agaw at ang inagaw ay si Chris. Si Cynthia ay 25 years old at si Belen din ay 25. Si Chris ay medyo may pagkabata, ay 23 years old at estudyante pa. Si Cynthia ay kapitbahay o kasing barangay nitong si Belen. At si Belen at saka si Chris ay may MU, mutual understanding, for quite some time. Hindi lantad sa tao except na alam ng mga nakakakilala sa kanila na sila ay may boyfriend at may girlfriend. Itong si Cynthia ay nakipagkaibigan daw kay Belen. Kinaibigan siya, ugutang makilala itong si Chris. At pagkalaon ay inagaw o ginapang ang pagmamahalan ni Belen at ni Chris at umeksena si Cynthia. Si Cynthia ay may kaya sa buhay, may kotse at may pera compared ko Belen na payak ang pamumuhay. Si Chris naman ay siguro napangakuan daw ng motorsiklo at mga nabigay ng mga material na bagay nga ito ay nakipagrelasyon kay Cynthia at naiwan sa ere si Belen. Sinabi nga ni Belen nung una sobrang sakit ng naranasan niya dahil parang ipinagpalit siya sa kinang ng salapi. Okay? At itong si Cynthia ay lumaban ng being barangay, kabataang barangay recently at lumagapak, talo, sumadsad ang sabi ni Belen, sadsad sa eleksyon. So ang tumulat ng si Belen ay gusto niyang malaman kung tama ba ang kanyang nararamdaman na saya na sumagapak at ang sumadsad, kumbaga sobrang talo niya sa eleksyon. At ito naman si Chris ay parang bumabalik o nagiging pagkaibigan ulit kay Belen at nag-vent na ito daw si Cynthia ay masyadong selosa, lahat pinagseselosan at may mga bagay na pinangako sa kanya na ibibigay pagkatapos sa eleksyon. Natalo nga. So yung mga pangakong napako. So, yun ang inaano ni Belen. Nga siya sumulat sa atin ay gusto niyang malaman kung yung bang saya na nararamdaman niya sa pagkatalo ni Belen, sa pagkatalo ni Cynthia ay tama. Kasi parang feeling niya masyado siyang masaya, masyado siyang nadiwang at parang feeling niya nakarma itong si Cynthia sa pang-aagaw. Kaya nga ang title ay Nang-Agaw, kumbaga Nang-Agaw si Cynthia, natalo si Cynthia, buti nga sa kanya. Parang ganon. Okay, yun ang little synopsis ng buod kung bakit sumulat ating si Belen para malaman kung justified bang sayang nararamdaman niya at yung nangyari sa kanya ni Chris, kumbaga nag-move on na siya. Okay, etong mga comment. Aba, si Emma Consul, to my understanding, Emma also came back recently from Europe. At maraming mga kababayan natin dito sa Amerika at sa ibang panig ng mundo ay nagpupuntahan sa Europe dahil napakamura ngayon. Si Desi Santos is watching also. Hi Des, I was trying to call you the other day pero I guess busy ka. Ito, ang sabi ni Tony muna, si Tony Pilapil na from Carson, California. Karma is real. Tama lang yun sa mga agaw. Hindi natutulog ang Diyos. Nako, masyadong mapanganib ang mga ang mga comment ni Tony. Mukhang may hugot. Tony, may hugot ba? Tapos itong si Rosana from Doha, Qatar. Sabi niya, Belen, ganda ang ganda ng name mo. Magpapasko na. Tamang-tama. Ang totoo, di maganda ang nagre-rejoice tayo sa failure ng iba. Nauunawaan kita kasi merong nagawa sa iyong di maganda si Cynthia. Iwasan mo na si Chris. Tama naman. Okay, yung mga magko-comment pa dyan at doon sa mga nanonood, comment lang po tayo. Unang-una, Belen, I cannot judge you kasi siguro kahit kanino naman nangyari na inagawan o naagaw ang mahal mo ay talagang malaking sakit at dagok, suntok, batok yan para sa iyong person. Siyempre, insulting yon. Si Chris naman, pero dapat maging blessing in disguise yan. Isa yung, kumbaga, it should wake you up na hindi, Chris is not the right person to be sad about kasi nabibili pala natetempt siya sa kinang ng wealth. Hindi mo kailangan ang taong ganyan sa buhay mo na yung pagmamahal niya kayang bilhin, kayang bilhin ng material things. Kasi ang tunay nagmamahal, sabi nga 'di ba do sa mga kinasal, in sickness and health, in wealth and in poor or in health, ganyan. Ibig sabihin, hindi dapat tumitingin sa status o estado ng pamumuhay. Kung mahal mo ang isang tao, mayaman o mahirap, dapat yon ang tinitingnan, hindi yung ibibigay sa yung material na bagay. So kung ako sa iyo, it's not that important na si Chris dapat sa buhay mo. You could be friends, but at least alam mo na where you stand when it comes to Chris. Ipagpapalit ka niya o pinagpalit ka niya sa kinang, sabi mo nga, kinang ng salapi. So, kung hindi man si Cynthia ang gumawa niyan sa'yo, may iba pa, mas higit pa pwedeng mangyari if you continue with your mutual understanding with Chris. Simply because Chris, in my opinion, is not the right man for you. Why? Because he is more of a materialistic person than really a true lover or a true boyfriend for you. Yan. Sabi ni Jay Rivera, mekus-mekus na lang natin yan, Kuya Jush. Alam mo, Jay, hindi ko alam yung mekus-mekus. Parang it's a jargon that I keep hearing right now. Paki-explain, mekus-mekus. Alam mo, I've been hearing that. Pero wala pang nagbibigay sa akin ng liwanag what it means. Hindi ko alam kung chill-chill lang ba yan. So, give like, Jay. Kuya Jay, give like kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng mekus-mekus. Case. Ito naman si Cynthia. Alam mo, Cynthia, I hate to say this, I don't believe kasi in karma eh. Pero, yung pagkasadsad mo sa eleksyon, I don't want to be quoted, pero yan talaga ang napapala. Parang sabi nga, do unto others. O may ginawa kang kagagahan, may ginawa kang hindi maganda sa kapwa mo, nga pinagkait sa'yo yung gusto mong mangyari. Yung minimiti mong maging barangay chair, hindi mo nakuha. At bagkos, natalo ka, sad-sad pa nga. So that was really an insult to your person simply because yung bagay na gustong-gusto mo, hindi mo nakuha. At hindi nagtagumpay yung yaman mo when it comes to this election or the past election. Simply because at the end of the day, nakita siguro ng mga voters yung talagang kulay ng pagkatao mo. Hindi naman siguro lihim. Madali lang naman yan, lalo na you belong to one barangay. Alam nila yung mga ganap. Alam mo naman, maraming marites at maraming tolits dyan sa Philippines, kahit na sa ibang panig ng mundo. Definitely kumalat ang pang-aagaw na ginawa mo kay Chris, lalo na at ang mga masasakit na bagay na ginawa mo kay Belen. At si Belen kasi very trusting and which is a good thing. Belen was under the impression Cynthia would want to be her friend, only to discover that Cynthia did the friendship to get to Chris. So technically, hindi sincere yung pagkakaibigan o pakikipagkaibigan ni Cynthia kay Belen simply because meron siyang agenda. And the agenda is to get to know Chris so she could steal Chris from Belen. So that was so clear. Ang point naman dito, medyo to all of us, wag nang mag-agaw ng hindi iyo. Sabi nga, kung hindi para sa iyo, hindi iyo. Wag nang mag-agaw o magnakaw ng mga bagay, whether material, whether lalo na tao, na hindi naman sa iyo. hindi maganda yan because there's always a corresponding thing or evil thing that can be bestowed upon you. Dahil nga sabi nga, ang pang-aagaw, pagnanakaw, lalo na pag-aagaw or pagkuha ng mga bagay na hindi yo, ay meron niyang katapat na hindi naman siguro parusa, pero mga bagay na hindi mo ninanais sa sarili mo. Si Bill Mo, Titi, Mot, ay nako, si Mami, how are you? Happy watching po. Si Mama Tess is the wonderful, loving mother of my good friend. At parang pamilya ko na of course, my good friend, ang mga Moth. Si ano po yan, my very, very good friend. To the Mott family, si Tom Rodriguez po, ang nanay ay si Mami Tess. Si Bill po ang kanilang tatay na asawa po ni Mama Tess. So, happy viewing sa'yo. And I know you're watching either from Yuma, Arizona, or Tucson, Arizona. Sabi naman niya. Sabi ni CM, I feel you. May kilala akong ganyan. Talaga? So, anong payo mo, CM? Tama ba na magbunyi itong si Belen sa pagkatalo? O dapat bang masayang-masaya siya sa mga ganap na nangyari kay Cynthia? So, going back to Cynthia, hindi, again, stealing people or stealing from anybody for that matter is not nice. Or let alone, it's it's totally it's always something dark cloud hanging on your head because you will always know yung ninakaw mo o yung kinuha mo, inagaw mo like si Chris will never be yours. And always remember, what comes around goes around. Yung pagkuha mo, pagnakaw mo, pag-agaw mo kay Chris, eventually maagaw din sa'yo si Chris because someone bigger, someone wealthier, someone powerful will come along the way. At kung si Chris ginawa niya kay Belen, Chris will do it again to you. What guarantee do you have that Chris, being a kind of material kind of guy, na hindi masisilaw ng mas malaki o mas makinang na salapi? There will always be a person bigger and more powerful than you will ever be. Sabi nga, there's always one on top of each other, and eventually what Chris did to Belen, Chris will do it to you. And what you did to Belen, you would somebody will do it to you exactly what you did to Belen. Agawan lang yan. Si Belen naman, Belen, firstly, thank you for allowing us to know your story. Appreciate ko talaga na nakakatawa, you open your story to us to learn. Firstly, I'm glad that you have forgiven si Chris at saka si Cynthia for what they have done to you. Like what we said time and time again, forgiveness is not for the other person, but forgiveness is for yourself. So you're freeing yourself of the anxiety, on the ill feelings that you have in your heart. So the Holy Spirit can come into your heart. So mas makakahinga siya, especially, and you will have a peace of mind. I know forgiveness is always not easy. It's always tough. It's always a burden na you always would carry it with you until you have forgiven. Sabi nga, it is in the forgiving others that we are forgiven. Sabi nga, kung nga si Lord or the Supreme Being that you adore has forgiven all of us every time we sin, time and time again, pag nagkasalanan tayo, who are we not to forgive, di ba? At ang forgiveness, you're not doing it to make the other person happy, but it is more freeing. Pinapakawalaan mo, you're freeing yourself, yung ikaw mismo sa mga feeling of anxiety, feeling of restlessness, feeling of uneasiness in your heart simply because you're harboring ill feelings towards one another or towards someone. Pero pag talagang regardless how difficult it is, pag naipatawad mo na, naihinga mo na yan, you will feel good. At first, it's difficult to forgive, especially if you were hurt, gravely hurt, or the hurt was really incomprehensible. But eventually, once you put it in your heart that you learn how to forgive, regardless of the gravity of the harm done to you, it is so refreshing, it is so relieving, it will give you peace na napakahirap minsan, di ba? Ah, so importante 'yon. Dagdag naman ni CM, di masayang magbunyi kasi deserve niyang matalo. Talagang CM para may pinaghuhugutan na. Ah, siguro normal reaction in my mind. It is a normal reaction na if something bad happened to the person who hurt you, the first reaction you would have is happiness na something bad happened to that person who hurt you, but eventually you would feel that it's not right, it is not admirable, it is not encouraged na maging masaya ka for the failure of others. Sabi nga ni Rosana, minsan kasi, di ba, we feel like, buti nga sa kanya na natalo siya dahil nang-agaw siya. Uh, ang positioning ko dyan, as much na you already rejoice about it, do not gloat about it anymore. Ask for forgiveness, and then at the end of the day, you got to remember you're already vindicated. Ibig sabihin, hindi nagtagumpay. Call it punishment if you would. Pero hanggang doon na lang 'yon kasi at the end of the day, we try as humans, we try not to be rejoicing in the failure of others, sabi nga ni Rosana. Let us be, maybe it's a blessing in disguise kasi kung hindi naman naagaw sa iyo si Chris, you would be in a relationship that would not last simply because there will be one bigger person, bigger than Cynthia, who would come between the two of you, between Chris and you, that Chris will go the other way, given a choice or given a chance, given an opportunity to find that other person. Maybe it's not Cynthia for now, but it could be another lady who would be more wealth or more powerful than Cynthia. It's just a matter of time. Yon. Aba, Tyrone De Villa. Si Tyrone is an owner of I would say, a beauty health spa in Quezon City. Tyrone, let me know what it is. I know it's a business that was, I think, 2 years ago na. And he is the owner of that. So please, when you have a chance and you're around that area, Tyrone, type it so I could give a shout out. Try it. It's a medical health spa, I believe. You could have all these wonderful treatments, facials, and I don't know if they do Janove or Botox. I know they do a lot, and that's Tyrone De Villa, and I met him as part of Malingap Rotary Club. I think I'm saying it right. Sabi niya, "Hi Kuya Josh, watching Pinas." Of course, he's in Quezon City, Philippines. Keep safe and God bless always po. Same to you, Tyrone, to you, to your wife, and of course to your wonderful child na when I met you guys, baby pa yun eh. Siguro ngayon mga an year old na. So happy viewing to you, Tyrone. I would definitely see you next month when I come visit. Sabi niya, Lustrous Aesthetic and Wellness Clinic. Yon. Lustrous, ang ganda ng name. Lustrous Aesthetic and Wellness Clinic. Where is that, Tyrone? Para yung sa mga listeners and viewers natin who lives in the Philippines, especially your area. You guys, you should try Lustrous Aesthetic and Wellness, and let's support our Filipino friends and Filipino businesses. At si Tyrone po is the owner, one of the owners, I guess, of this Aesthetic and Wellness Clinic. Yan. So, going back, itong sa dinudulog sa atin ni Belen, Like, ang ganda nung name niya, no? Very timely, sabi nga ni Rosana. Belen. Belen, parang synonymous the the season next month. It's Christmas at ito yung Belen or the Nativity in English, isang Belen. Now, by the way, katapos-tapos lang ng All Saints Day at saka All Souls Day. So our dearly departed, let's offer silence and prayer when we can para lalong ipagdasal natin. Let's pray for them, not only for people we love, we care about, we know, but also people who are in need of prayers. Kasi lahat po tayo kailangan ng prayers as we moved on to what we call life. At dun sa mga dearly departed naman, they also need blessings para sabi nga, let's pray for them because yung iba talaga, of course, we don't know who they are or what they have done, but everyone, regardless live or rather living or departed, we all needs prayers. Yon. That being said, so si Belen, Belen, thank you for your letter, pero hindi kita I would not scold you, I would not judge you, hindi ko rin i-justify yung pagbubunyi mo, pagsasaya mo sa pagkatalo ni Cynthia. In my mind, that's a usual behavior of someone who got hurt or someone who got used or someone who 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 was con in believing na gusto ni Cynthia makipagkaibigan sa'yo only to find out na meron pala siyang agenda to steal your man, to steal your boyfriend. So yung naramdaman mong rejoicing at rejoice yung happiness, in my mind it's a little bit justified for on the onset doon sa umpisa, pero stop naman na parang iba nang nagre-rejoice ka na sa failure ni Cynthia. I think Cynthia, it's a clear sign from above that you have done harm to other people and this might be a reason for you to make amends on the people you hurt. Siguro naman matalino ka enough, Cynthia. Hopefully you will get hold of the show and you would know that what you did was totally wrong. What you did was really an insult to the person of Belen. And thirdly, it is not even encouraging, let alone admirable, to be stealing things, or especially in this case, someone and breaking a relationship at illure mo si Chris by your wealth, okay, or your influence. Di maganda yan kasi these are blessings to be shared, not to be used as power to gain privilege. Di ba? Parang nga ka nabigyan ng yaman, nabigyan ng blessing is to bless others, not to use it as a power para to entice other people or to steal and create your own relationship from another person. Mali yun. Kahit sa angulo mo tingnan, I cannot justify yung pagkakamali na ginawa mo o maling ginawa mo. Yung kay Belen naman, wag mo nang dagdagan yung pagkakamali ni Cynthia sa'yo. Rejoicing, tapos na yon. Nagsaya ka na, you made your point. Obviously, na-hurt pa rin si Cynthia dahil hindi niya nakuha ang kanyang minimithi. Hindi niya na-gain favorably at hindi niya nagamit ang kanyang pera o ang kanyang influence to sway the voters for her to win. So, vindicated ka na doon. Si Chris naman, hinay-hinay. I don't know if you will be able to hear this, pero hindi lahat ng makinang, hindi lahat ng ginto ay makinang. Hindi lahat ng kumikislap ay ginto. Some of them kumikislap pero tanso. I know it's kinda malalim, it's kinda deep. What it means is not all things that are shiny are really good things. Sometimes the shine are just temporary, makintab lang, pero bulok, it's rotten inside. So always go for the core. Si Belen kasi, maybe not as wealthy as Cynthia, pero has the right heart. Assuming, of course. Pero si Cynthia, by the mere virtue na mga agaw siya, it's a clear indication, it's a red flag already na ito yung ugali niya, na parang ginagamit niya yung kanyang influence, ginagamit niya yung kanyang so-called yaman to gain advantage, to be more privileged. But sometimes that privilege is not a guarantee. That wealth is not a guarantee that you'll get ahead. Maybe sometimes, but not most of the time. Okay? Now, another thing is yung pagbabalik naman ni Cynthia to gain again a friendship of to gain the favors again and the friendship, to win back the friendship of Belen. Ayan, ito yung advice ko. I know it's kind of harsh, it's kind of strong, but remember, Belen, snakes shed their skin not to be another person, another thing, but to be a bigger snake. So in short, shortly, what it says is snake shed their skin to be a bigger snake. So nalaman mo na ang ugali nitong si Cynthia. Why allow that? Why allow it to hurt you again? You could always be civil. You could always be fair. You could always be there, but to be friends again, I would advise, kung ako yun, okay na. Sabi ko nga, apology accepted, access denied. I would not let anybody hurt me again. Sabi nga nila, give several chances. Ako personally, I would forgive because it's in the holy book. 77 times 7 daw ang forgiveness. Pero I will not allow you to have access to me anymore. Kasi kalokohan na yun eh. If you hurt me deeply, and I will allow you again in my life, kalokohan na yun, parang you never learn. You could still be friends, but you need to be very cautious. Kasi nga, nagawan ka na niya ng something not good, something borderline evil. So if Cynthia did it to you then, she could always do it again. Would you allow that? Would you give her that opportunity to hurt you again? I hope not, 'di ba? You don't have to be an enemy towards her, but at the end of the day, you should not be chummy again. Parang okay, you could be civil, you could still in a way be what you call first level friends, but it doesn't mean that you need to hang out, you need to be so cozy again with each other. You kind of become become pals again. Meron kang kumaga shield of protection, meron kang shield of being cautious, shield of being careful, kasi nga na-hurt ka na niya. So yun, those are my little tidbits that we need to be reminded of, that again, one, snakes shed their skin to be a bigger snakes. Tapos change in people, it's not as easy, lalo na kung solong anak din si Cynthia at privileged family sila. There's a tendency na nahahalo itong kanyang pagka-privilege sa mga bagay na andyan sa kanya, na whatever is out there, it's up for a taking, or for a top. It's tough to be in a position wherein laging nasusunod at nagagamit nila ang kanilang power and influences. They need to understand may hangganan ng lahat. At this time, yung naging result na hangganan yung kay Cynthia, yun nga, hindi niya nakuha ang being barangay captain or kabatang barangay captain or captainship or yung head, pagiging head. At instead, natalo siya ng bonggang-bongga. So yun ang aking little advice, little opinion. At yung kung meron pang opinion yung iba sa atin, aside from Rosana, aside from CM, aside from sino pa? Pero happy viewing sa inyo lahat, ha? Aside from Tony, yun. Sabi nga ni Tony, hindi natutulog ang Diyos. And I believe that um, with all the things happening in the world, we know we have a supreme being who is in charge of everything. You just have to believe, you have to trust, and you have to surrender all this. Kaya nga maganda yung lagi sinasabi natin as a reminder, BTS, and it's not the Korea pop group, but it's believe, trust, and surrender. And I've always pray for guidance. I always pray for discernment. Kasi hindi ka ma-fail when you pray eh. Hindi ka, you will always be guided by, and there will always be a divine intervention. When you pray, sabi nga, it doesn't have to be yung parang magkukulong ka sa kwarto. No, just a quiet time wherein you could dialogue with the power that be, the supreme being that you adore. In for the Christian and the Catholics, it's Jesus, and of course sa ibang religion, there's always someone and a supreme being you could adore and you respect and venerate. Yun ang mga things na dapat natin. One, we need to pray. We need to, and prayers could it could any form. Hindi yun yung, sabi nga, hindi kailangan it's being, those are words coming out your mouth. It even the whisper of your soul, bulong ng iyong kaluluwa at iyong puso. Because the supreme being, the glory that we adore, the God that we idolized, naririnig niya yan at normally and usually, and it's always been reminded na all these blessings will come your way because it's the right time. Sabi nga, 'di ba, hindi lahat ng hinihiling binibigay, especially if it will do you harm. At with that being said, always always remember, prayers, they do move mountains. Yan ang panghawakan nyo, simply because totoo po yan. Okay? As a whole, maraming salamat talaga sa walang sawang pagkikinig, panonood, at pag-replay ng mga shows ng PHLV Radio, especially my 2 shows. Thank you also for those people who patiently watch the replay of some shows that because I was at the middle of the ocean, of the sea, na hirap ang communication at saka yung time difference, so I was not able to go live. I was ready, it's just like the time difference did not allow me, and also the internet connection when you are in the middle of the ocean, regardless whether I paid extra, it's kinda it's not as steady. Baka mawala lang po ako sa ere, so I with the permission of the management PHLV Radio, they allowed me to do replay. So, pinili po namin yung mga episode na I think you will still learn and pick up lessons or few lessons or two regarding life. Okay, so maraming salamat po. But now, Kuya Jush is back in Los Angeles, at I will try my very best na hindi na tayo mag-replay. Regardless, kahit mayroon pang jet lag ng konti lang naman po. And I know a friend of mine told me today, sabi para akong nag-gain weight. Nako, in the next few episode of Dear Kuya Josh, I had so much material that I took from my travels, not only the cruise ships that I was part of, but also the tours that I went with and went to. And you meet some of the people that I was with. There was 9 of us, at so far wala po namang incident. It was a restful, fun-filled, amazing 3 weeks that I was gone, and it was restful in some ways, and it was one of those trips that's one for the books, kasi talagang not only maganda siya, there's so many things that I would share with you, the beautiful places, and the most important thing is there's a lot of tips and don'ts and do's that you need to remember when you travel overseas, especially when you go to several parts of Europe. That being said, again, maraming salamat po for always tuning in, for always watching the shows of Dear Kuya Josh at Alam Mo Ba. We have so much in store for you until December na po. Yung lineup po ng mga guests for Alam Mo Ba with Josh Andowit. It's already filled for the month of November, starting this Friday, as well as part of December. So I will definitely work with management regarding yung mga slides po na gagamitin, especially their images. There are some singers, actually 3 singers in a row. A boy on Friday, then 2 girls in the next succeeding Fridays. And just to clarify, our comments and opinions are not of the management or owners of PHLV Radio. So para klaro lang po as a disclaimer. Ayun na, ang bilis ng oras. It's been an hour already. At maraming salamat. I am lost for a word. Si Rosana Millar, si Rosana was giving me a heart. So maraming salamat, Rosana. And I missed you. And hopefully one of these days, I'll see you. If not in Qatar, I'll see you in Manila. Can't wait to fellowship with you at to know more about yung mga pinaggagawa mo dyan. And hopefully one of these days, pag hindi ka busy, mag-co-host ka sa akin para makita ng tao. At the same time, para mag-ano ka na rin, kumanta ka. For people who are not familiar with Rosana yet, she was my guest last year. And then you could look for that tape, for that replay. And then also, she is a singer and she does a lot of performances. She is a nurse by profession. A dentist while she was in the Philippines, and now she is a dental instructor, an instructor dyan po sa Qatar. Yon. So, marami pong siyang mga magagandang aralin na i-share sa atin. So, with that, maraming salamat for always tuning in, for all your support, your unceasing support of PHLB Radio, for 2 of my shows, Dear Kuya Jush, and of course, Alam Mo Ba with Josh Andowit. I am in awe and in loss of words to thank you for giving us the time, especially in days like of Saturday, Sunday in the Philippines, and Friday, Saturday here in this US. So with that, maraming salamat po. I can't wait to see all of you one of these days para magkaroon tayo ng we could put a face with your name and continue supporting the shows, not only my shows but shows of PHLB Radio. Maraming salamat po. And before I end, I always tell people to be kind. You can never go wrong with kindness, and any act of kindness that you do to people, it is already guaranteed it will come back to you in different time with different people. And that is the promise that you need to hold on to, that it's the promise that it's out there. And I am one of the living testimony that this really can happen and will happen. So happy viewing, and thank you kay Rosana Millar Barrera, kay Jem Yu, kay Sunny Francisco, kay CM, kay Ernie, kay Tony Pilapil, kay Carmi Santos Ong, kay Desi Ong, kay Emma Consol, kay Jay Rivera, sino pa? Si Mama Tess Mott, at si Tyron De Villa. Maraming salamat po. At if I don't see you on Friday, I have a guest next Friday. Just watch for the announcement, the poster. I would be live Friday, Saturday next week and the succeeding weeks at hindi na po replay. So again, maraming salamat. God bless us all. You have a wonderful weekend, whatever is left of it. And those people watching us from different parts of the world, have a wonderful weekend and have a blessed week next week. Be safe, everybody. God bless us all. Good night, everyone. Happy viewing again to Team Replay. Happy viewing sa inyo. And again, thank you so much. Maraming salamat. Tuning out muna si Kuya Jush. We'll be back next week with brand new shows. Bye-bye, everybody.